Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Shubhi Tripathi and this is my first YouTube video about how to write a basic Java program. To run a basic program in Java, firstly we have to install GTK in our system and then we have to set the path. We can set the path by two ways, either temporary or permanent. To set a temporary path, we have to go on C drive, then we have to go on program files. In program files, we will find a folder named Java and then we will click on bin. By clicking on the bin, we will copy the address from the address bar and will paste it into the command prompt. By this, we can set a temporary path. To set a permanent path, we have to go into the properties of the computer and then we have to click on advanced setting. Then there we will get an option environment variable in which we will find two windows, user variable and system variable. Here, in any one of them, we can change the path by copying the address which we have copied from the bin folder and by pasting it. By this, we can set a permanent path. Now, we will discuss how to write a basic Java program through an example. Class ABC. Class is the keyword and ABC is the class name. Then, first line of Java program where running and compilation start is public static void main, string args. String is used to pass arguments of string and args is used for array. In main method, we will write system.out.println. System.out.println is used to print anything in the command prompt. For example, hello world. Here we will close the main method and here we will close the class. For compilation, we have to write Java C and the name of the class abc.java. Here the class name and the file name should be same if we have declared it public, and if there is not public declared, then the file name and the class name can be different. To run, we will write Java and file name. Then the output will be now we will discuss the keywords. Our first keyword is class. Class is used to declare a class. Our second keyword is public. This is an access modifier. There are three types of access modifier: public, private and protected. Here we have used public so that it can be accessed by JVM outside the class. Our third keyword is static. It means this method does not belong to object. It belongs to class and can be called without object. Our fourth keyword is void. It does not have any return value. Our fifth keyword is main. It is the starting point of the program. Our sixth keyword is string args. It is command line argument. Our seventh keyword is system.out.println. It is used to print anything on command prompt. System is class name present in java.lang.packages and out is static variable of type print stream present in system class. Println is a method to print anything in next line. As we have discussed how to write a basic Java program, now we will discuss what are data types. Data types specify the different size and values that can be stored in the variable. There are two types of data type. First, primitive data type and second, non-primitive data types. Now we will discuss what are primitive data types. In Java language, primitive data types are the basic block of data manipulation. These are the most basic data type available in Java languages. There are 8 types of primitive data type. First, Boolean data type. Second, byte data type. Third, char data type. Fourth, short data type. Fifth, int data type. Sixth, long data type. Seventh, float data type. And eighth, double data type. Through this chart, you can see the data type, default value and default size of all the data types. Earlier, we have discussed primitive data type. Now we will discuss non-primitive data type. The non-primitive data type include classes, interface and arrays. Now we are going to discuss detailed version of primitive data type. Our first primitive data type is Boolean data type. In Boolean data type, it is used to store only two possible values, that is true or false. The Boolean data type specifies one bit of information, but the size can be defined precisely. For example, Boolean 1 is equal to false. Our second primitive data type is byte data type. It is an 8-bit signed 2's complement integer. Its value range lies between 128 to 127. Its minimum value is 128 and its maximum value is 127. Its default value is 0. It also be used in place of int data type. For example, byte A is equal to 10 and byte B is equal to minus 20. Our third primitive data type is short data type. The short data type is a 16-bit signed 2's complement integer. Its value range lies between minus 32,768 to 32,767. Its default value is 0. A short data type is 2 times smaller than an integer. Our fourth primitive data type is int data type. The int data type is a 32-bit signed 2's complement integer. Its default value is 0. The int data type is generally used as a default data type for integral value unless if there is no problem about memory. For example, int A is equal to 10,000. Our fifth primitive data type is long data type. The long data type is a 64-bit 2's complement integer. Its default value is 0. The long data type is used when you need a range of values more than this provided by int. For example, long A is equal to 1 lakh L. Our sixth data type is float data type. The float data type is a single precision 32-bit IEEE 754 floating point. Its value range is unlimited. It is recommended to use a float if you need to save memory in large amount of floating point number. Its default value is 0.0f. Example, float f1 is equal to 234.5f. Our seventh primitive data type is double data type. The double data type is a double precision 64-bit IEEE 754 floating point. Its value range is unlimited. The double data type is generally used for decimal value, just like float. Its default value is 0.0d. For example, d1 is equal to 12.3. Our eighth primitive data type is char data type. The char data type is single 16-bit Unicode character. Its value range lies between /u0000 to /u_ff. It is an ASCII code. The char data type is used to store characters. For example, char letter A is equal to A in single inverted commas. As Java is a platform independent language and it is case sensitive, so we will write all the primitive data type in small case, and for the non-primitive data type we will write the initials in capital letter.